What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In the beginning of this video, I do add a mini throwback video from my trip to Catalina Island for New Year's Day. If you don't care for that, I don't know the exact timestamp to where you should skip to. Just skip it. As far the wiring for this video, it's not necessarily a tutorial or giving you information as what you need to do for a Kswap. It was more so as research and development for me because I do want to simplify my chassis harness and also going through the wires that I need for a conversion harness. In doing so, I did run into one issue that might be a big issue that I need to think about for the wiring, which makes me feel like today's video wasn't a huge waste of time. I hope you guys enjoy it. I have a freaking mess in my room, but busy day, gotta head out. We're going to Catalina Island. It is about to be 4, and the boat from LA or Long Beach to Catalina Island leaves at 6:30. So we have about 2 hours to make it all the way over there.
No puede ser que estaba peleando for stupid stuff. Because she gets mad. You're so too.
Oh, we're fucking late, but we made it. Fucking stressful as day. Like right away?
No, the guy told me to park in the 40 minutes.
Oh, it looks so cool. Nice. Finally made it off the butt. Really looks nice. I've never been to Italy or Greece, but from pictures, I feel like this is what it looks like. Kind of like Monaco. Got our rooms. Nice. What the hell?
And then you pull down this to get the bed.
It's like very old style, but it's still very exciting. I don't know why.
This is like my mom's room.
Nice. A little bit closer. We're walking down to the city. It's so cool. I feel like there it is, there it is, there it is.
Little trash can.
Yeah, the little trash truck.
They're so small.
That's so funny. Would not give a fuck about that if I didn't work at Edco. Very nice, very nice.
Maybe when it starts like boiling. I mean, eat it whole.
But
Ooh. Oh shit! Leftover chicken and waffles and some sausage. See if I can actually eat now and not throw up. First night, going through some of the harness that is in the engine bay. Pretty much took out everything that was on this side. On this side, I pretty much went ahead and started removing everything. I ahead and labeled it. As you can see, some of the tape wiring that is in like this main harness right here. Start separating it from whatever's over here, and also just to simply clean everything up, because I mean, you look at this and it just looks like a mess. Like, you look at all of this, like the wiring is just everywhere. It looks bad. So it is starting to stress me out a little bit, but it's all good as long as we take it little by little. Until I can find out how to use music without getting copyrighted, I'm just gonna have to voice over. But basically, I'm just going throughout the wiring, figuring out where things go, taking apart the fuse box, and then I'm gonna start working all the harness just through that little hole and putting it inside the cabin. Just pushing in the last of the wiring and covering up that hole with some tape to keep all the critters out. I'll be able to go through it, simplify whatever I gotta simplify. If I was gonna use numbers, make sure that on the other part where it connects, it has the same exact number. That's basically what I'm doing. Because it's such a mess on this side, I think we're just gonna go ahead and start on that side, start dividing up some of the wiring that I do know that I already need, and then we'll slowly start working over to this side. I start by removing all the old wiring loom so I could get some access to the harness. It is 9. I'm gonna call it for tonight. Everything that I could label, I did label it. I started apart some of the old tape. Here is the old loom, and I'm just gonna reuse it. It's nice. Continue the next time that I work on the hatch. In case none of you guys knew, this is the fuse box. I didn't know that I could actually disconnect these wires. But if you take off this cap, just remove it, has a couple tabs, pull it off, you can actually disconnect those wires so that you're able to bring in your harness in through there, and then this, you could just move it around. And now we are back, just cutting some more wire loom, just making an even bigger mess with just all the harness just sitting around the chassis. Honestly, I don't know if I regret doing this, but it just stressed me out by the end of the night. Got to the point where a lot of this has to get taken apart. Go ahead and think about it for a little bit. And here I actually start dividing up the wiring that I need for the conversion harness. Kind of stressing me out, but obviously it's with the territory, we're working with wiring. But we have encountered our first little issue that may or may not be an issue. Coolant temp sensor, right? Seems like an important wire, and it's basically one of the wires that I've researched that we need to cut, and it leads to this. Now this plug isn't a plug that we use anymore. This plug right here is the only plug from that bunch that we still end up needing. So I'm not too sure why this wire leads to basically just a dead plug, but this is why I'm not disconnecting everything. I'm basically just separating it so it could be a lot easier. All of this wiring is still gonna be here until I don't need it. I don't want to overstress myself, you know, trying to go through all this wiring, because it's not easy. As much as I would like to say that it, you know, you could just divide up and do all that wiring stuff, it's not that easy. And some wires are connected to other plugs, and some plugs, you know, it's a big mess. I'm not saying this is easy, and so obviously I got to take a break from it. I'm gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. Head and just zip tied all of the bunches. So I mean, everything, it might look like a fat ass mess right now, which it is, but all of the lines, they're all zip tied to basically where the wire loom was at anyways. And that is it for today's video. Now, throughout the editing process, and I honestly filmed this video like last month, I think I figured out why that wire led to that dead plug. It doesn't lead to a dead plug, it leads to the other side of the wire that I cut off. I don't know why I didn't think about that earlier, but I still don't know. I haven't been near the hatch in a while. Honestly, I'll be real. I haven't even touched the hatch. But we're getting back to work, and I don't want to think about the wiring harness until I get an engine inside the vehicle. So for the next video, we're going to be installing the short shifter. But that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys are hyped about that. Peace out. God bless. Also, ignore the sparkles. Unicorn nutted out.